Friends, Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. Hope you're well. New fragrances. Got a new Prada Paradigme. A new-ish Bleu de Chanel? Ish? Those new Hawas fragrances. There's multiple Hawas. Is it just Hawas? Hawaii? Hawasi? Hawas. It's Hawases. New Lattafa and a new fragrance by the man with the last name of fragrance. Jeremy Fragrance. Lots of stuff to talk about. All of these are going to be linked in the description at ifragranceofficial.com, so check that website out if you want more info on these. Let's kick it straight off with that new Bleu de Chanel, which is not really new. It's a Bleu de Chanel Exclusive limited edition. At least that's what it says online anyway, limited edition. But when you actually look into this, it says, discover Bleu de Chanel Exclusive limited edition by Chanel. The new limited edition, once again, fragrance for men comes in 160 ml bottle size. That's pretty large. That's what she said. The fragrance shares the same composition of Bleu de Chanel Exclusive. The men's fragrance features key notes of sandalwood, labdanum, and ambery notes, and it says it's designed for those who want to enjoy a sophisticated scent for a longer period of time. Which begs the question, what exactly makes it limited? The bottle size, I guess? Chanel just out there like, you know what? Let's call this one limited, make it bigger and make it cost more, but actually it's the exact same thing. That's not a limited edition, that's just a new larger bottle size. Unless I'm completely missing something here. And it's already expensive because currently $275 is what it's gonna run you for a 100 ml bottle size, or you can scoop up a 60 ml for the low price of $205 US, you know, for those of us who are looking to get a more affordable Bleu de Chanel Exclusive. 160 mils though, limited edition. It doesn't have the US price just yet, but that's gonna run what? $350 at least. You can tell I'm very excited about this situation. The idea of Chanel saying, here's a limited edition that's actually just a bigger bottle, give us more money, the fragrance is the same, assuming that's what's going on here. But yeah, that's what it appears to be, assuming that there are no differences. It's just a larger size bottle. So there you go, Bleu de Chanel Exclusive limited edition coming soon. I'm very excited. Next up, let's talk about the 3 new Hawas releases. So I talked about these in the previous This Week in Fragrance that I did, but at the time, I didn't know what they were supposed to be dupes of. I made a couple of guesses, but I didn't know for sure, and we didn't have the full note breakdown. So now I'm gonna share really quickly each of these fragrances, note breakdowns, and also what they're supposed to be inspired by. Starting off with Hawas Exotic. So now we've got the full note breakdown, which is very busy, but I'll take that over a 3-note note breakdown all day long. So check this out. Again, this is Hawas Exotic. Off the top, Mugwort, which is an absolute banger of a note to start with. It sounds like something out of Harry Potter, you know? Just not a word or a note that you see used with any kind of consistency. But that's not all. After that, Carrot. Hell yeah, it's good. How about sweet peas next? Maybe corn, that would be good. But no, after that it goes bergamot, coconut, cardamom, and lavender. That's the top. The mid, cinnamon, lily of the valley, freesia, orris, and jasmine. And then the base, ambergris, labdanum, benzoin musk, cypriol, and patchouli. Like, that is a lot going on, guys. That's a lot of business right there. I'm kind of getting lost in the sauce just looking at all those notes right there. And I especially love just how chaotic it all feels. You know, mugwort, carrot, heck with it, throw iris in there, cinnamon, let's put some more florals in there. Coconut, why not? So yeah, that actually sounds really different, but apparently what it's supposed to be inspired by, or, you know, be a dupe of, is Lamal Elixir Absolu. Huh? Which, just to remind you guys out there, Elixir Absolu has plum off the top. There's no carrot. It also has cinnamon, cardamom, bergamot, lavender, tonka, and brett. So when you look at the note breakdowns, very, very different. Very different vibes. So I would assume pretty comfortably that this is more like Elixir Absolu with a twist. with the big change to it, not just a straight up one-to-one. To be fair also, if they were trying to do a straight up one-to-one, they kind of missed the boat as far as being like an early adopter of getting an alternative of that fragrance out, because there's already dupes of it out there that have been out for a while and are already established, stuff like 9 PM Elixir, right? Regardless though, they're giving it a go. Hawas Exotic with that no breakdown. Apparently Elixir Absolute. But that's not the only Hawas. There's 2 more coming out, of course. Well, actually, technically 3, because there's also Hawas Chrome, but we already covered that before. Next, let's talk about Lava Gold. So the full note breakdown of Lava Gold: off the top, lemon, apple, grapefruit, and pineapple. In the mid, raspberry, leather, oud, and saffron. In the base, moss, patchouli, amber, and caramel. Technically white moss, not just moss, for whatever that's worth. And again, that note breakdown actually pretty interesting. You got a lot of things going on, a fruit overload. I mean, not only do you have apple, you also have citrus with lemon and grapefruit. You've got pineapple and raspberry. Basically just like, what fruit do you want? Yes, just the fruit, give me the fruit.
I like fruit. Don't you like fruit? I like fruit.
And then on top of that, you've got the leather, the oud, the saffron combo right there in the mid. Looks like it's gonna be pretty heavy with amber and caramel in the base. With it being a Hawas, that's the expectation anyway, that it's gonna last. But apparently this one is inspired by oud maracuja.
Huh?
Which, to give you some of the notes in that fragrance, yes, it has oud, it has saffron, it has leather. There's also amber and vanilla, but it has passion fruit as the big fruity note in there. Technically, there are also fruity notes in oud maracuja outside passion fruit, just generic fruity notes. But passion fruit is the big note there. So once again, looks like it's gonna be with the twist. And once again, kind of questionable in the sense of there are already a bunch of different dupes out there of this fragrance. So yeah. But there's also the last one, Hawas Thunder, which this bad boy has apple, bergamot, ginger, cedar, and mandarin orange off the top. In the mid, mate, peony, orange blossom, and patchouli. In the base, ambergris, tonka, cedar, vanilla, and musk. And it's supposed to be similar to Myself Absolute, which makes sense in terms of the bottle color. You know, it's got that same silver kind of scheme going on. And if you simplify, you can go, okay, it has the fruit, the ginger, the orange blossom, and the patchouli of Myself Absolute. So it has those characteristics right there, but then it's got all that other stuff wrapped up in it as well. So I've said this twice now, I'll say it once again, it appears to be that fragrance, but with a twist. And we are seeing a lot of this from different clone houses where they're now trying to do things that are either hybrids, you know, 2 fragrances put together, or fragrances with a large twist where they can say, oh, it's similar to that, but we've made it our own thing by doing this. And Rasasi appears anyway to be leaning full bore into that with these 3 note breakdowns. All that being said, they're a little late to the game because there are other brands that already have dupes of each one of these fragrances that have been established for a while. So they're gonna have to come correct with stuff that really does change it up in a noticeable way to the point where you smell it and you go, oh, it's even better. This is the one to get. Otherwise, I don't know if anybody's gonna care. But you guys let me know what you think about that, the new Hawas fragrances, and kind of the whole vibe that they have going on right there. All right, next up, it's time for the man, the myth, the legend, Jeremy Fragrance's new release. Before that though, coupon codes. You're also gonna find these in the description as well. Feel free to copy and paste anytime you shop at these stores. You can save yourself money at Fragflex, the Perfume Box, Gift Express, Fragrance Lure, JOMASHOP, and more. All right, so this new fragrance, it is called Man. That's it, Man. And in the media photo, it is a yoked dude with the bottle just right over his dong. So that's pretty cool. Let's see what it says about the fragrance. This fragrance features aromatic, woody scent profile, and full notes will be added soon.
Bruh.
Fragrance is available at the official website for $610. So there's not really any info here. So to the website we go. Fragrance one, Man. So it's not $610, it's $650. I don't know if they bumped the price up after it was announced or if they just got the thing wrong, man. My brain is not working. 650 bones. Or you can use Shop Pay to buy it for $35.20 a month for the next year. That's That's a good deal. Technically, it is marked off to $390 right now. Also, FragranceInsider.com, which is actually the first thing that popped up when I searched for this, has it at $390. It says that this is an introductory price special and it will go back up to 650 bones in 3 days. So it says that this fragrance is one fragrance to replace all fragrances. It's like the one ring to rule them all, like Lord of the Rings. This is the one fragrance to rule them all. After years of development with world-class perfumers and the finest, most precious oils, something greater has been created. One fragrance for all occasions. Meet Man, the most versatile fragrance ever created. Designed to replace every bottle in your collection. Heck yeah. Business meetings, date nights, casual days, formal evenings, doesn't matter. Clean, confident, addictive. Let's go. No more picking, no more choosing. Just one fragrance that does it all. Okay, fragrance notes. I think I just sounded like Goofy. Okay, it's got one note. Pure testosterone. Pure testosterone! That's it, that's the only note. That's freaking sick. I love it. Just pure test, that's it. You don't need anything else. Blind buy guide, blind buy risk low, reward high. Nice, 400 bucks, or $390, or $650 if you buy full retail, like a Momo. But that risk is low, so you don't gotta tell me twice. Oh man, that's sick, that is sick. I wanna smell it. It's gotta be just the pure testosterone. It's gotta be friggin' awesome. More power to Jeremy, out here crushing with Fragrance One Man. That is sick, I love it. Recommended by Curly, is that a real photo? Curly Fragrance, master of panty dropper and sex appeal men's fragrances. Recommended by. But she's Dutch and she lives in Dubai, but she's wrapped up in the American flag? And she's naked. What is going on here? Recognition. Curly Fragrance sure knows what men want. Michella's influence and expertise have earned her significant recognition within the industry, notably her collaboration with Zaharoff, which resulted in the fragrance of the Immortals. That's a different Curly. All right, heck yeah. I want a bottle of this more than anything that I'm gonna talk about today. I want it to just fill me with pure friggin' testosterone power. Power, friggin' awesome. Lattafa, Pride, Creative Art. Lattafa, the next fragrance. Discover Lattafa Pride, Creative Art by Lattafa. You don't say. The new fragrance that was launched in 2026. Creative Art features top notes of elemi, pepper, cardamom, bergamot, and lemon, followed by mid notes of patchouli, saffron, geranium, cumin, and jasmine, and base notes of vanilla, benzoin, amber, and olibanum, which is a dupe of Amouage Outlands, it says. Again, slightly late to the party. There are some other good Outlands dupes already out there. Although, to be fair, I'm not sure what says Creative Art more than an AI-designed ship on a bottle that is a dupe of another fragrance. Creative Art. Nice. It says it's already available, which is unfortunate because I would have ordered that already. I bought all those Lattafa London, New York, and Paris just like a couple weeks ago. I would have just added this in. Is it available? Oh, I searched Lattafa Creative Art and the first thing that pulls up, anybody heard anything about this? And it's a year ago. Dang. Yeah, I don't know if it's available in the US yet. It doesn't look like so. I'll scoop it up when it pops up. Next, let's talk about the new Prada Paradigme Le Parfum, which Prada Paradigme, the OG, that stuff has taken off. It sells really, really well. If you search by bestsellers, you know, Macy's and places like that, it's right up toward the top, man. Just absolutely crushing. Looks like not a ton of info, unfortunately, on this fragrance here. It just says that Paradigme Le Parfum, the new men's flanker, released in 2026. Released, it says, but you know, releasing soon, I guess. A deeper and more intense take on the original. It's made for those who prefer bold scents with a refined edge. Smooth, long-lasting, and effortlessly confident. It leaves a strong impression from morning to night. Just says fragrance family, amber woody. Full notes will be added soon, so no actual official notes added just yet. You know, first thing that pops up into my mind, this being Paradigme Le Parfum, the original Paradigme, it got compared to Myself, YSL Myself. Of course, it's not the exact same as YSL Myself. It has a little more of a green edge to it compared to the YSL, and instead of focusing on orange blossom, it has a good dose of geranium instead. But the overall idea is kind of the same, right? Be fresh, clean, a little bit sweet, very versatile, easy to use, that kind of thing. And that's what Paradigme does really, really, really well, which is why people kind of gravitate towards it, why they buy it, why they wear it and buy it again. And I'm not gonna say that it's gonna take the exact same kind of path here, but it's a little bit like what YSL did with Myself. They came out with the original, they established this is what the fragrance is, this is the style and everything. Then they came out with the Le Parfum. Deeper, bolder, more for fall and winter time, but keeping within that same wheelhouse. And now this new Prada is also called Le Parfum. It almost wouldn't surprise me if they do something really, really similar where they're like, okay, cool. We have spring, summer, and fall days kind of locked down, or like early fall when it's still warm. Let's go ahead, take the same thing, transition it into something a little bit deeper, a little bit darker, but keep that fresh, clean aspect still there. That way it just kind of works as a transitional fragrance. You've got the original for, as I said, spring, summer, early fall, especially during the day. Now you have this new version for evenings, later fall, and winter. Of course, I'd also expect it to perform better, project more, last longer, all that stuff as well. But no official notes just yet. Bottle does look pretty slick. I like the gradient, looks good. There it is though, Prada Paradigme Le Parfum coming out very soon. And that will do it for me for all the new fragrances that have been announced here recently. Let me know which of these fragrances you're looking forward to the most. Thank you for hanging with me. Stay safe out there, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.